Hello and welcome to the Silver King's War. I'm Michael Sievers, the writer, producer, and creator of this podcast series about my father's Second World War as a B-26 bombardier. Today we begin the letters that our hero, the Silver King, wrote throughout his training at the Santa Ana Army Air Base in California. The sequence of time that the king spent in Santa Ana is significant for a lot of reasons, primarily because he comes physically so close to where Glenn Martin lived early in his life and where he made airplanes before he moved east to Cleveland. Stanley writes to his parents in mid-June, which is a remarkable gap in their correspondence because he finished at Lakeland, Florida in mid-May before returning to Nashville for his reassignment. At the Nashville classification headquarters, Stanley learned that he was going to travel west to California to continue his training to be a bombardier and a navigator. Stanley begins his writing on Sunday, June 13th, 1943, on much improved stationery from this massive airbase facility. Dearest Ones, here I am on the other side of the world, 1,000,000 miles from home. It wasn't a bad trip out, considering we left Nashville Monday night and arriving here Friday night. 4 days with as many nights. We had a Pullman all the way and with the kitchen included. The meals were surprisingly good, and I didn't mind the long trip at all. After the first 2 days, I felt almost at home. We came out on the southern route, Birmingham, New Orleans, etc. It was fun seeing the sights, especially crossing the Mississippi River, crossing the Rio Grande, and seeing the Texas plains, seeing the Arizona desert, etc. I passed the days traveling by playing cards, and it proved very profitable. I practically doubled my money, which isn't bad. I don't suppose I'll get to see much of Los Angeles or Hollywood, as I won't be here but 3 weeks. Since I've had pre-flight training, I will go directly from here to Advanced Bombardier School. That's a 3-month course, so I should have my commission in 4 months if all goes well. The 3 weeks I spend here will keep me busy taking a refresher in pre-flight. And the whole time I will be in quarantine. I can't even get to the PX. That's why I won't get to see the sights. This place is a cross between Nashville and Maxwell. The barracks are like the ones I had at Maxwell, and the food is good, but other than that, it stinks. I'll be more than happy to leave here. On top of that, the sun hasn't been out yet, and it's really cold. I expected to find a land of sunshine, but was disappointed. It looks like it will snow at any minute. That's about all for now, except I want to wish you the best of everything on your anniversary. I wanted to send you something, but the best I can do is wish you all the happiness in the world, with each succeeding one bringing you heaps of health and long lives. Please write soon. I hope Ida is feeling better. My love to her. I love you and miss you. Stan. Stanley is a long way from home for a 20-year-old, but he seems to enjoy the travel and becomes quite the sightseer over the years. He continues his consecutive day writing with a letter dated Monday, June 14th, 1943. Dearest Ones, I was able to secure some stamps today. so you'll probably receive this before the one I wrote yesterday. Wednesday, I start classes, and the schedule will run practically the same as I had at Maxwell. Therefore, that will mean my time will be limited, and it will be a struggle to get a letter out to you every day. Classes will begin at 7 a.m. and run through until 11 a.m. There will be 4 of them: code, math, physics, and aircraft recognition. Just a repetition of what I've had before, so it shouldn't be too difficult. In the afternoon, there will be calisthenics. Oh my! Drill and retreat. So once again, my day will be occupied. Frankly, I'm glad it will be that way, as time will go by much faster and I'll be out of here and on my way. Besides, it will be hard to get back on the ball after taking it easy for so long, and these 3 weeks spent here will just about do it. Today I had to have some kind of skin test. The purpose of it is to determine if I'm immune to, quote, desert fever, end quote. What that is, I don't know, but it seems to be predominant around these parts. If I'm not immune, I'll have to take more shots. Gee, it seems as if someone is always sticking a needle in me. The sun finally came out today to warm it up a bit, and believe me, it has really been cold here. I use 2 blankets and a comfort on my bunk, and it feels just comfortable. I thought California was the land of sunshine. Boy, was I fooled. I heard today that we're going to Las Vegas from here for gunnery, then from there to advanced bombardier school. Don't put much faith in it, though, as you know how rumors get about. From now on, I wouldn't believe anything until I get where I'm going. Coming way out here was too big of a shock. I'll be thinking of you tomorrow and wishing with all my heart that you have many more wonderful anniversaries. It's too bad you aren't making that California trip this year. Perhaps next year, this time, we'll be together to celebrate. I certainly hope so. Take care of yourselves, and don't be too lonesome. Write soon. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. The Silver King reveals this week that if anyone is lonesome, it's him, as he writes on Tuesday, June 15th, 1943. Dearest Ones, congratulations and all the happiness in the world from the bottom of my heart. All day I've been thinking about you and wondering if you kids really will celebrate this glorious occasion as it should be. I just regret my not being able to do my share. Accept my best wishes for the present. Perhaps the future will present a better opportunity. Spent most of the day catching up on my sleep and in preparation for tomorrow. For tomorrow I'll be on the go, from reveille to taps. All I did today was a drill, have my picture taken, and have another physical exam. The picture was taken for identification cards we must wear on the post. The physical exam was the usual over orders the doctor gives us every day while we're in quarantine. Don't ask me what the drill was, for the officers around here seem to think we're just zombies instead of veterans, and treat us as such. Maxwell certainly had it all over this place, and thank God I'll only be here 3 weeks. It was a beautiful day. The sun was shining all day, and it still wasn't hot. The ocean breeze keeps it cool, except for the morning when it's freezing. It's funny how the days are comfortable, but the nights get terribly cold. You should see my face. It's all red like a beet from windburn. The sun doesn't seem very hot, but with the cold in the breeze, it really burns. I should have a nice tan before long. I meant to ask you in my last letter about the best places to see while I'm here. I probably won't get but one weekend of open post, but I plan to take advantage of every minute of it. So give me the lowdown on all the best joints. No more news until tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves and write soon. Hope you have lots of fun tonight. Wish I were there. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. Stanley writes for the fourth consecutive day as he works to explain what's happening with his training in California. It's Wednesday, June 16th, 1943. Dearest Ones, it was really a rough day. I haven't been so tired since I left Maxwell. It was a continuous grind since the first notes of reveille this morning. Just to give you an idea, I wasn't able to smoke a cigarette from 7 to 11. It wasn't that tough at Maxwell. You should hear the fellows complaining. Most of them are threatening to go AWOL if things don't let up. I'm sort of fed up myself, but I guess I can stand it for 3 weeks. It's amazing how much I've forgotten since the days at Maxwell. All my classes could have just as well have been in Greek, and I wouldn't have been more lost. This was especially true in code class. The characters seemed faintly familiar, but I had a terrible time trying to get them. I'm hoping it will all come back to me. The math and physics were just as bad. Calisthenics was terribly rough, yet not as bad as it was before. It's just been so long since I've done any real exercise that it makes me feel that it's so tough. And to make things worse, today was the hottest there's been so far. I was really shedding perspiration. I hope it cools off again. That will help a little. Dad, I'll be thinking about you all day Sunday. This quarantine surely has me handicapped. All the important dates are following me where I can't do anything. Anyhow, I want to wish you a very happy Father's Day and want you to know how proud I am to be the son of such a fine man. I must try to study now. Getting back on the ball is a big job. All the gold bricking I've been doing up to now is really catching up with me, but fast. Take good care of yourselves and don't be too lonesome. Write soon. Love to Ida. I love you and miss you, Stan. This is the end of Santa Ana Letters, Part 1, as Stanley relates his loneliness to his family. He's thousands of miles from home and wondering what it's all about as the work continues in a rather rough week. And you are listening to the Silver King's War.